Good afternoon, listeners. Welcome. We're excited to be here today, Saturday, 5:30 p.m. WDRB Media. I'm here with Dave Moore, and there's rules to the game. Dave, we're excited to be here, man. Just tell us a little bit about yourself to get started.
Okay. What's good, everybody? I hope everybody having a blessed day. My name is Dave Moore. I'm with Southside Foundation. And I just want to let everybody know it's rules to the game. It's rules to the game, whatever you want to do. So I want to bring it to you and show you how to do it legally. Because most of the time, if you follow the rules, you end up winning the game.
That's right.
You feel me?
That's right. So, Dave, thank you for introing that information with us so we set the tone for what this show is about. I'm here co-hosting with you. Call me Coach. So as we talk through this segment of who is Dave Moore, give us a little bit about, we love the voice. Okay. You know, people can't see what I'm saying right here, but give us a little bit more about who Dave Moore is. We know there's rules to the game, but how did Dave Moore come up with there's rules to the game?
Well, you know, Dave Moore was a bad boy at one time. You know what I'm saying? So he had to go do a little bit, not long, but enough for me to learn a few things. You know what I'm saying? I ended up putting my niece in harm's way, you know what I'm saying, just being out there, doing my thing, being greedy, not paying attention, you know what I'm saying, slinging that dope, sending it through the mail, sent the package to her place. She got jammed up with it, you know what I'm saying. I didn't know they had her, but I was at another location where they came through, and I knew it was the police, you know what I'm saying. So I refused the package, but they jumped out on me anyway, you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, they did that good cop, bad cop routine. You know how that goes, you know what I'm saying? One of them was like, well, if you think of any reason somebody will send this to this address, here's my card.
Got it.
The other one would say, well, look, I'm going to keep that little cripple girl in my custody. Yeah. I'm like, what cripple girl you talking about, man? And he told me it was, and I was like, wow, let her go. She don't know nothing about that, you know what I'm saying? She just know I ordered some wheels for my car, and that's what it was, because that's what I told her, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up letting her go and took me downtown, you know what I'm saying? And things started then, you know what I'm saying? My niece was a real spiritual girl, and she always used to tell me, Dave, you're going to have to answer to God one day, you know what I'm saying? You got a passion in life, you know what I'm saying? These guys love you. They call you uncle, they call you pops, all that. You know what I'm saying? What are you really doing with them? Are you just using them, or are you showing them what they need to learn, you know what I'm saying? You should be a mentor to them. You should be showing them some positive things to do in life. You paint cars for a living. They're very interested in what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? At the time I heard her, but I didn't hear her, you feel me? It took me to sit in prison and it took me to sit in prison and understand what I was doing and how I was leading my fellow men, you know what I'm saying? Because the guys was really looking up to me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you got young men looking up to you and they really look up to you, they're going to follow you whichever way you're going. If you're going left, they're going to follow you left. True. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I sat down and got my thoughts together. And the sad thing about everything was that my niece passed away before I could make it right for her. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
So I had to regroup and it got spiritual with me. It's like a way for me to communicate with her, you know what I'm saying, even though she's gone, you know what I'm saying? And my communication was like, me hearing her in my head, like, okay, what you gonna do now? I'm gone. You can't buy me no new car to fix this, you know what I'm saying? So what you gonna do? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So her being as spiritual as she was, it just focused me to get back in church, do the right thing, try to do it right, you know what I'm saying? Follow the rules of the game.
Bigger
you know what
rules,
I mean?
bro. That's the bigger rules, right?
You know what I'm saying? So what I do, I'm real passionate at what I do, and I'm not gonna slip, I'm not gonna cheat, because I know she's up there looking down on me, you know what I'm saying? So I keep a real passion in what we do. We teach the at-risk how to do the auto body trade, you know what I'm saying? I was blessed to start some classes inside the prison before the guys get out, you know what I'm saying? And I do an intro class, and the intro consists of life skills, job readiness, anger management, business planning, safety in the facility, and identifying all auto body tools and equipment.
Wow. Well, let me just, I'm glad you're going there into like what you do, because in order to go to what you're doing, you had to come from somewhere, right?
Right.
And
definitely.
You talked about rules to the game. So there were rules to the street game, but there was a bigger rules that you started to tap into, to God's game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it.
Is that what that's what I'm hearing?
And
it was always with you, but it got lost.
Yeah,
Because of the streets. I want you to really pay attention to that for us, because some of the kids or boys or people listening, sometimes they get caught up in that part of life where they feel like I got to do whatever I got to do, but they don't understand the rules of the game. How did you, what made you shift to beyond just like, what happened? What made you shift from a little kid to doing what you did? You know what I'm saying? What was that like? What made you go there?
Well, I always try to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't follow anybody. I just do what I feel is right. You know what I'm saying? And when I got in that trouble, but like, man, you got to change up your game, because that game don't last long. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Don't last long. I want something that's gonna last with me. You know what I'm saying? So doing it right and getting in the race, and you end up winning if you do it right and follow the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. So there's a right way and a wrong way to do
it. Definitely. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to being the big homie, you know what I'm saying? But I got a bigger homie, you know what I'm saying? I answer to my big homie, you know what I'm saying? And if anything gets in the way, my big homie gonna come down on you.
Got it. You know who's that bigger homie?
That's the G-O-D.
Come on now.
G-O-D all day.
That's the real rule maker.
That's the real big homie.
Yeah, I love it.
I follow him that way there, and I just, you know what I'm saying, want the community to hear from the street, you know what I mean? To let them know, these kids go through different things. You got to see where they living at, how they living, you know what I'm saying? Not justifying what they do when they're doing it wrong, but sometimes they don't know nothing else. They only know what they see.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, if they teaching left, they're going to learn left.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We need to open the horizons where they could see more, learn more. And that's where I fit in, you know what I'm saying? I don't know much, but I know how to paint a car. You feel me? It's a marketable trade. People wreck cars every day, so that's something they could learn and take with them anywhere they go.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what we do.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about specifically the rules to the game. But the rules to the game evolved into an actual curriculum, an activity, a program, a nonprofit. We talk about Southside Rides Foundation.
That's it.
That's a thing, man.
Yeah.
Right? That's a serious thing. That's coming from Street Man, and then we coming into Southside Rides Foundation. That's a whole different story, man.
Yeah.
Coming from the streets.
Definitely. Well, I'm always been a giver, and I just want to give back, but I want to give something that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If these young men are wanting to learn how to do something, they already entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? If they learn how to, get out there on the street, get on the block, selling whatever, that's entrepreneurship. You just need to change up the product to make the product make sense. You know what I'm saying? And you could make money and double your money. You know what I'm saying? For instance, in the auto body game, we buy and sell cars. You know what I'm saying? We buy a car that's like buying our dope. You know what I'm saying? If we buy a wrecked car, we have to cut it, so we have to fix it. You feel me? Then you sell it. Most of the time, you make a profit.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And if you like cars, it's a fun thing. Who else wants to work to something that they really like and make money? You know what I'm saying? That's a win-win.
True.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that for now 16 years since I got out of prison. You know what I'm saying?
So you've been doing this program, Southside Rides, for 16 years, is what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how does that? Tell me about the, evolving of that program. You got out. We talked about that. Spiritual. You're working for the big homie, God.
Yeah.
He drops and deposits this program in your spirit to start doing for people who behind bars, right?
Right.
And now it's gotta work, right?
Yeah, right.
You can't use the same system or process dope to fund it.
Right.
It's got to be funded some other way and resource some other way. So how did you start to develop this program? How did it start to work? Where you 16 years later, you on radio, bro?
Yeah, no doubt. And I give all that blessing to God, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just this vessel that He using. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a absorb everything He's got to give to me, and I'm gonna give it back to my people. You feel me?
Exactly.
Because first of all, I love my people. I love my community, and I want to live in a safer community.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. I got kids, grandkids. You feel me?
Same.
You know what I'm saying? So I get in their heads while they're in prison, and let them know, you know what I'm saying, it's rules to the game, baby. If you want to win something, you know what I'm saying, you got to get in and get right and follow the rules.
Yeah.
If you follow the rules, you're more likely to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's legal and good, because if you got a family, you want your family to stay safe.
True.
You know what I'm saying? If you're out there in the world doing some other thing, you putting everybody in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? And it always hits home sometime or another. You know
so how does the program work when they in you know, when they behind bars versus they get out there? And when they're in there, how do they? Are you working on cars? How does that work?
No, we're giving them all book work stuff.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? All book work stuff, because I was one of those guys that didn't like to read, didn't want to read much. So if they sitting in the room and they reading this thing and they you know, absorbing it, you know what I'm saying, then they earn the right to get out and learn how to do the hands-on. Because when they come out and do the hands-on part, I pay them a stipend, you know what I'm saying? And the stipend is what really works, because people don't realize these guys have restitution fees, probation fees, child support, all that, you know what I'm saying? So if I pay them a stipend, I could get more of their focus on learning the trade, to finishing the trade, because they got money to take care of those legal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Again, going back to the rules, you know what I'm saying? If you don't pay those restitution fees or probation fees or child support, you're going straight back to jail.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's some rules that was made, but you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna play the game, you might as well follow the rules to the game you're playing.
It's true.
You feel me?
It's true.
Yeah.
True. So in when they're behind bars, when they're locked up, they have book work that they're doing.
Right.
And then do you go in, or is there some interaction, somebody facilitating class, or how does that?
I was going in, you know what I'm saying, due to the COVID and stuff, they kind of slowed down. Again.
So you were
I had
going
some, I had some health issues, you know what I'm saying, at a point where I had a heart attack, you know what I'm saying. I'm not afraid to say that, but it happens. Stuff happens. You have to, you know what I'm saying, you can't really prepare yourself for any health issues and everything. It just pops up. So I'm saying that to say, prepare yourself to stay straight and live right. And, you know what I'm saying, God always put his hand and touch you and bless you and steer you in the right direction, you know what I'm saying? I just live by that.
I understood.
Yeah.
So Southside Rise, man, you healthy and whole, been around 16 years. You've evolved the program now, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
You didn't just stay one way, one direction. You
right.
kind of continue to evolve because you've seen another need for students, definitely young men, to get, and young women too, to get involved. So tell us a little bit about what's going on now with Southside Rise, with programs and some of the things that you're doing.
Okay. Well, I've been doing this thing so long, man. I've been touched some grandfathers and fathers and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So the young men, I wanted to go back a little lower, you know what I'm saying, as far as age, you know what I'm saying, and getting in those guys' heads. So, you know, I try to give them something that they really interested in, whereas they could focus on following the rules to get what we want, you know what I'm saying. God sends us through it to get to it all the time, you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to try to help bring them through it to get to it, you know what I'm saying. So we started a music program.
Music.
And we testing kids between the ages of 14 through 19.
Okay.
And to be a part of that program, they have to be engaged in school, you know what I'm saying. We have 5 computers there, whereas we supervise and make sure they get involved and do their schoolwork and stuff like that. Because again, I pay a stipend, you know what I'm saying. We pay those kids about $150 every 2 weeks just to keep the grades up, and so they could be a part of the music program, you know what I'm saying. We also have a barber training, you know what I'm saying, where the kids want to learn how to do barbering and stuff like that. And we have a cosmetology training where the females, because I had to find something for females. Of course. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
The do cosmetology and all that. And we having fun with it, you know what I'm saying? The guys are recording songs. They done made a few songs and a couple of hits, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? I keep that positive thought in me, you know what I mean? And I tell my guys to always think positive. Because if you think down of yourself, you can't get mad at nobody that thinks down of you, because you're not even believing in yourself to get to where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? So that plays a lot. And you know what I'm saying, believing in yourself to get where you want to be.